Hi, my name is Jason Combs, President of American Built Arms Company, and today we're going to do the Mod X modular rifle system chassis install. So let me take you through all of the things that we're going to need to do. We'll start with your rifle, and then we'll go through how you're going to open up the box, what you're going to find in the box, also how to separate those things out and install it quickly. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with your barreled action. The first thing that you're going to want to do with that rifle is you're going to want to check it to make sure it's safe. Okay? It's the first thing you should always do when you handle a firearm. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take the bolt out of the rifle. So you're going to push up on a Model 700. It's right here next to the trigger. You're going to push that button up and pull the bolt right out of the gun. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to turn it upside down, and you're going to take 3/16, I believe it is. Nope, it isn't. It's a 5/32. You're going to take that 5/32 and you're going to start unscrewing these bolts. One in front of the mag well, one right behind the trigger. Okay. You're going to loosen those up completely. And then what you're going to do is you're going to hold the barrel and you're going to pull the stock right off. Just like that. Okay, and then you're going to set that aside. You're going to then also pull out your mag well extension. You're going to set that aside also. And then take your two bolts. We won't need these because we're going to provide these in the Mod X kit. So we're going to get rid of those also. So now you're ready. You've got your barreled action out. We're going to set that aside. And now we're going to move right into what is inside the box with the Mod X. You're going to start with a handguard with a rail on it. You're going to set that in one spot. You're going to have your receiver, which has got the extension already on it. We're going to set that down by itself. We're going to have a buttstock that's got a tube in it. This is actually an AR-15 style rifle tube. So we're going to take those apart, put those into two sections, and set those down also. Got a pistol grip that's going to come in a little plastic package along with an install card, and this is we try to make this as easy as possible. You can walk right through it. It tells you exactly what screws you should have in the package, how to install the entire system. So if you ever have any problems, you're falling back on well, what do I do now, it should be right in this book. Okay. Once you get your hardware out, what you want to do is you want to separate that into 4 different groups, right? You're going to have your scope mount screws. You're going to have your handguard screws, which go into the handguard on the bottom. You're going to have 3 screws that are exactly the same. One's for the pistol grip, which you're going to have a little washer for. And then the other 2 actually bolt the barreled action to the chassis itself. Okay. And then you're going to have one of 2 different styles. Depending on the tube type that we ship with it, you're either going to have a long screw or a short little slotted screw. And that's what actually will screw the buttstock onto the tube itself. So, alright, now I think we're ready. It's pretty simple stuff. Just get the tools you're going to need for those out. T15 for your scope mount screws. We got a 5/32 for your handguard screws, and then we've got a 3/16 that's going to be used for all the rest of the screws. Okay, so let's start with we're going to grab the receiver, and then we're going to grab our barreled action. Okay. What we're going to do is you have your barrel lug here, and you have a slot for the barrel lug here, and then this trigger is going to go down inside this trigger well. So when you put it in, you're going to want to make sure it's nice and lined up, right? Slide it in gently, right? Just ease it in, and it should come in real tight. It should be really tight. And we made it that way so that there's no slop in the system at all. So once it's nice and tight, you're going to take one of the 3 screws here. You're going to put it down and get it started. Okay. You're going to grab your another screw and you're going to come right down into this pocket here, this deep pocket, and that's where your other screw is going to go. Okay, you're going to tighten that up nice and hand tight. You're going to tighten this one up until it's hand tight. What we recommend is that you use a torque wrench. Because this hole's so long and we don't have a torque wrench that reaches that, what we do is we just torque down the front one, right? This is going to be 65 inch-pounds, not foot-pounds, inch-pounds. And we're just going to, there it goes, tighten it up. This one, we're going to make sure it's nice and hand tight. Okay, it's tight. All right. Now, the second part of this is going to be putting on your handguard. So before we do that, we've got a brand new 700 action here. So we're going to need to remove those screws that are in the holes here. So we're going to be right back, and we'll remove those, and then we'll come right back to it. Okay, so now that we have our barreled action in our receiver section, right, we're going to install the handguard. Now the way that you do that is there's a little round section here that goes into a little round section underneath of the barrel. So you're going to actually take this and you're going to slide it right over top. Right. And now we're going to push it down in so it's nice and flat. You can see that it's touching here. You're going to turn it over, and you're going to take your 2 screws here and get those started by hand. You get them nice and hand tight. Okay. Then you're going to use your torque wrench. Okay, this should be 55 inch-pounds. Okay, you're going to take that and you're going to torque those down. Grab the correct bit. Going to torque those down. Okay, those are torqued down. Okay, so now you're going to install your pistol grip. So what you're going to do is you're going to open that up and shake out your little foam piece there, and you're going to grab your pistol grip screw with lock washer on it. I find that it's easiest just to kind of put it on the end and get it started through the hole. And then you're just nice and hand tight. Okay, making sure it's not loose. And just give it another little bit of hand tightness. There we go. Now you're going to put your foam down in, the bottom on your pistol grip. You're going to turn it over. You're going to take the buffer tube and you're going to screw that right into the extension here. You're going to hand tighten it. nice and tight. So now we're going to install the buttstock. With the buttstock, what you're going to do is you're going to take this knob here and you're going to unscrew it, and on the other side is a nut. So we're going to undo this completely. We're going to set that aside. We're going to set the nut and the little plastic thing that holds the nut down. We're going to pull the whole back out, the butt plate out of the back. And then we're going to take this and put it right on until it locks in. You'll feel it lock in. Then you're going to take your screw, get it started by hand. And then you're just going to tighten it up, nice and hand tight. Now you're going to take the butt plate again, put it back in. You're going to take your knob, and then you're going to take your nut, and you're going to put it right in there. You're going to hold it with your thumb. You're going to tighten the knob from the other side, and you're going to tighten that up. Now that's nice and tight. And then the last thing to do is just to take your scope mount screws, which you've got 4 of, and you're just going to drop those down into the holes. Now what you're going to want to do is don't tighten one up completely when you start. Just start to tighten up each one as you go, and then once you have them all started in the hole, then you start to tighten them all up, okay? So we're going to start with the front. We're going to just get it started. Okay, now we're going to get the second one started. Okay, third one. And the last one. Okay, so we've got them all started. I'm going to snug them all down. At this point, if you've got like a torque wrench that you can use, this is where you'd want to use 65 inch-pounds. Okay. If you don't have a torque wrench, what you're going to do is you're going to put it hand tight with your fingers like this, right? Put it hand tight with your fingers, and then a little bit tighter, okay? Hand tight with your fingers, and then a little bit tighter. Okay. Now you're ready to go. Essentially all you need left is the magazine that's going to come in the box. So you just put the magazine in and you're ready to go. You just put your bolt in and magazine, and there is your Mod X modular rifle system. Well, thank you for joining us today. I hope it was informative. I hope we made it easy for you, because that's really what we try to do. We try to make innovative products that are easy to use and affordable to own. Alright, so thank you very much, and you have a great day. You might want to start that part over again. Want to. So what you're going to do is you're going to open that, take 3, those to a side now. You've got, I should have done this before we get started. Okay, let's do that part over again. Alright, you have to stop moving.